Hello guys, today we'll be analyzing Bitcoin against US dollar on daily basis. So every candle here is a daily candle. For this analysis I will be using the momentum. However, normally we all know that momentum is set up based on 10 or 20 periods. What I've done is to setting up the momentum on 160 period, okay? So it's completely different analysis with momentum. Let's have a look. In the first part of the chart we have the simple price action. In the below section of the chart we have the momentum. Here we have a red line, okay, which actually passes through 3 points: first point, second point, third point, and once the momentum at 160 period crosses above the resistance created by the three previous high, we have what? A completely breakup of the momentum with an incredible then movement upwards for the Bitcoin. Okay, what is incredible is for this kind of indicator momentum at 160 period is that once the momentum breakups above the 3 points that we have seen here, 1, 2, and 3, and of course the momentum is above the zero. In other words, it anticipates the movement of the Bitcoin, the price action. Okay. In the other videos, I was saying that here we have a point of control, so I expect to see a retracement in the short term. However, my bullish idea about the Bitcoin in the medium and long term has not changed at all, which means, in other words, that I expect to see the Bitcoin hitting new high. I've used several indicators indicating my high could be around 30 or 40,000 US dollar to be hit, let's say, on the first half of 2020, or this is quite difficult to say, it could be even hit before the end of 2019. Okay, but in any case, as I've been saying, in the short term, I expect a sort of retracement. It could be until 8 or 7,000 US dollar, as I've been saying. But why using momentum at 160 period? It's a new, let's say, setup. No one, as far as I know, has ever used the momentum at 160 period. Why? Because I want to get rid of the noise, okay? I don't need the noise. I don't want to know what the retail traders are doing. I don't want to be stuck with the small movement. I want to know the main trend, okay? Since the majority of the traders are holders, okay, let's say the traders or people more in general are holders, I want to know which is the main trend, okay, behind the price action, in this case of the Bitcoin, okay? So what I usually do is using a very long time frame. So once we use Bitcoin against US dollar on a daily basis, we want to have a momentum, and at 160 period, it is absolutely personal usage, okay, it's personal one, but I can tell you, I've been using it even for trading the Forex market, for example, New Zealand dollar or Australian dollar against US dollar, and I've been quite successful. And again, this because I want to get rid of the noise in the short term. So, for example, okay, now not talking about the Bitcoin, but for the New Zealand dollar, US dollar, what I use, I've created an expert advisor, so a robot which trades the market automatically. And what I do is using a multiple time frame. So this is one of my secrets. I shouldn't tell you, but okay, I want to share to you. I've used the momentum. I've created a robot using momentum at 160 period for different time frames. Okay, now I'm not going to say which exactly time frame I'm using, but I can tell you that it works. Why New Zealand dollar or Australian dollar against US dollar? Because I can tell you that differently from other couple of from other pairs, it's easier to find a trend, an underlying trend. Same topic for Bitcoin. Bitcoin doesn't trade in a range, doesn't move in a range. For example, if you think about for example CHF against Japanese yen, so Japanese yen against Swiss franc, you will see that they normally move in a range, okay? So between two free shorts. But for Bitcoin, there is something quite different. Bitcoin moves in a trend, okay? So once you see the daily trend, the weekly trend, the monthly trend, you will see that Bitcoin moves in a trend. So the trend can be either bearish or bullish, but still, okay, it moves in a trend. So once we use the momentum, it doesn't make so much sense to use a momentum at 10 period or 20 period. You want to use some momentum with a long period in order to get rid of the noise. In this case, it's fantastic because I just want to be in the market, okay, when it's necessary to be in the market, okay. So with the momentum under the zero, we see price goes down, okay. Momentum above the zero, and in this case breaking the three previous high, we see that the price goes up. It's unbelievable because the momentum went up the zero on the 26th of April 2019. 2 months later, we have 9,000 US dollar of gain, which means almost 300%. So the momentum with this setup at 160 period seems to be something unbelievable, incredible, and not only at given us 300% of gain, but also it was able to anticipate the price action for Bitcoin. Why? Because as we see here, we see a bearish movement, okay. However, here the momentum breaks above the three previous high, but the Bitcoin doesn't break above the high. It's still below this support, resistance area, right? So in this way, the momentum at 160 period is anticipating the movement, the Bitcoin movement up. Okay, so guys, I've revealed you some secret about my trading. Generally speaking, the idea is, okay, whatever kind of instrument you trade, try to get rid of the noise. How you can get rid of the noise? Choose an indicator, or just simply use the price action, which is maybe even more effective. But try to avoid those fake movements that will not give you anything to your trading except losing money. Okay, so another point, MACD, the indicator MACD for the first time since 2017 is positive, so the histogram is above the zero, with the short moving average crossing above the long moving average. So MACD positive, short moving average and crossing above the long moving average. First time the MACD positive on a monthly basis since 2017. What this tells us? Medium long term trend is now positive for Bitcoin, okay? So we should look at targets above the recent price action rather than below. However, as I've been saying in the videos from yesterday, we might expect a retracement in the short term. For your future usage, you can take into consideration the idea of using momentum at 160 period. Thank you, guys.